There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the promise of them. The work of my life without care.
A lyrical healthy
Master.
Clay Palace will make on you. I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
What a wonderful way to go. A wet Thursday evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, our dear channel listeners, our supporters, and that are well wishers. Those of you always burning the battery, the data, and making sure that you follow all of our activities here, even though sometimes you respectfully disagree with us, and I like that. So we respect you for that. Because at the end of the day, I think we all want better Liberia. That's the thing. I said maybe for some of you, maybe you wouldn't like the political happening. Maybe you like the torment, because someone is into the political torment, and then just so easy sometimes. It came with some of our politicians, even though they like the politics, but they don't really live long like that. Because after all of the political struggle, back to back, bitterness, changes, and we saw some of these things. Once upon a time, when we used to be around the house there, the Senate, we used to witness some of the happening, some of the interactions with our lawmakers, our senators, the changes, and so forth. So we understand these things. We know the frustrations. We know what they are doing, the political play, the insults, the disagreements. Everything is there. But again, folks, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Help us share the show. For a matter of fact, today is Thursday. The show will be interesting, having to be the 21st of May. For a matter of fact, well, how many more days? 10 more days to go, though. Then we'll be saying bye-bye to the month of May, and we'll be welcoming the month of June. Good evening. Help us share the show. Brother Ali is already here with us here, but people, help us share the show this evening. The show will be interesting in social news. I think some of you are already aware of some of the social happening of the day. But waiting for the social chairman to come on. Yeah, we saw some of our young women, the young girls, they're doing their own business. I don't know what kind of business, what are the business are legalized or not. Well, it's up to them. They're looking for their clients. So some of you want to be clients, some of you want to enjoy life to the fullest, who want to be King Solomon. Yeah, you can rest assured that gradually we are getting there. But good evening. Let me recognize a few of our followers. Ali is already here, but let me recognize a few of our followers quickly. Robert Fasulu Jacqueline, my good friend and brother. Good evening. I guess that you are enjoying the weather back home, even though I know sometimes the system, some of you when you come from outside, but then you see like people, the system can really confuse you. Especially when you see the motorcyclist going this way, other people going so they try, everybody join like that. You can be like, is that how the guy live here? That will live here, Robert. Let me be friend with you, my brother. That's exactly not how we live in here. And to live here is tough. Let me be frank. Yeah, the place is like the animal farm. Yeah, where it's not easy. Let me just say in the simplest form, but it's not easy. It's tough. The system, everything you think about, the life, even when you get on the road, you see the life of our people, you see the way things are going. It can just tell you that we're still far from getting there. But again, Brother Ali is here. Ali, good afternoon, good morning, good evening.
Maybe good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. I'm okay, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank God for life, my dear brother. Thank God that we all, the message that he said, yeah, my brother, that's what you Robert to admit is 12. I mean, it's not just about even the family members and so forth, the life here, Robert. I don't know, some of you who answer, but then you come down, how you can be like, even though Ali here, I'll be asking Ali too the same question because Ali is so, sometimes when I see people, they're going, how you people living here? I say, but I will live here. We live here like people, all kinds of things. You see the marketeers, places that people are supposed to sell, there where they are selling everything about us just upside down. I will look it and I will live it. Yeah, say go no, my brother, I will live. Say go no, good evening, my dear friend and brother. Manjatu last bond. Thank you to also for joining us, and those of you who are also watching, please help us share the show, give us a like, comment, and share, and that would be great for us here this evening. Indeed. Today is Thursday, like I said, the 21st of May, and so many things to talk about. Samuel to a crowd last evening, and that was shared. In fact, afternoon time, yes, in the afternoon, shared. When men share tears, they speak volume. That means it's not easy in life. That's one of the worst things ever for men to do, to share tears. But again, Aliu, Liberia is okay, my dear friend and brother. We're moving. With a lot of things happening politically. Moving. We just saw some political news. Should I say exchanges of words? I think from the House of Representatives, we saw Mensa Mensa, what you may call, but again, the lawmaker and other the CMC political leader, team in the lower house that today they were having some changes again, and she was too bitter. I think we'll look at that sometime about some of the way our mothers, our females, sometimes the way they react to their male counterpart. For me personally, I think it's not the right way to go because whenever men react, the whole world shake and they see like, oh man, he's not supposed to go that way. But when women insult, waste hot water, Sir Joseph issue happening where the current senator, in fact the Senate President right now, where she wasted hot water on Sir Joseph here, and everybody, okay. And she may apologize for that. But I think from what happening today, from that end, it's pretty important that our mothers, our sisters, they shouldn't go that way by just insulting people. You can disagree with people, but not insulting people. That will not be right. But again, today's Samuel 12 was served with invitation to appear before the asset recovery and property retreat, or what you may call the arret. And today, he and his lawyers, they appear before the place or at the headquarters of the asset recovery team. But surprisingly, they were there for almost 2 hours, according to them, and they have to leave because they waited for ever so long, and there were no team members from the arret or from the asset recovery team to talk to them. So Arthur Johnson had to carry his client back home because of time involved and delay 30 and so forth. So I think that was one of the major news. And also the Chinese, I think 15 Chinese nationals have been arrested for illegal mining coming from the EPA. That's good news for us. I don't know how that's going to go, but 15 Chinese nationals also have been arrested for illegal mining, and that's some of the things happening. But Aliu, back home, the weather condition, thank God, at long last, our people are a little bit happy. because the rain at least is falling now. So at the end of the day, yes, people will now free, sleep good, and have maybe a better comfort at least for the few time that the rain gonna fall. So yes, my brother, so far so good. These are some of the happening back home. Yaga situation still the same. I think his team of lawyers take a flight to the Supreme Court for redress on the bill of information that was denied on yesterday. So yeah, we are here. Any other news? We will chip in maybe when some news slip off our mind. We will also remind our people about some of the happening. Then again, in passing, social news. Yes, I was waiting for Steve to appear, but I don't know what up to now. But he will come up in social news. We saw some of our young women or sisters or daughters on the internet doing their own business. I don't know whether it is now legalized for that, for people to do business like that. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, I'm better. So, I don't know which one you want us to touch first. You want us to touch the social aspect, or you want us to move straight?
Oh, thank you, Maybon. Thank you for the update on both social and the political issue, the political noise in the country. Yes, that's it. Like you said, something. When our sisters, sometimes when they do something, nobody come out to correct them. But we the men, when we talk, they will be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You know that woman, this and that, and what have you." Yes, we know that women they are always emotional, and we the men, we should also keep our emotion in check all the time. But there's a saying that knocking one place over and over can make it sour. And most especially some of our sisters these days, it's almost like a plan. I want to say something to Mayborn, but instead of me telling Mayborn, God forbid, astaghfirullah, subhanallah, I will go drink alcohol. And then when you're telling Mayborn now, this is something that I plan to tell you. But when I like, I'm drunk that I'm telling you, and somebody was saying, Ali, you are not to. He said, you were drunk that why he said, I think we smell alcohol, I think, on it. But they know that's something that I'm doing intentionally. I'm pretending to be drunk. You see, that is something I saw in Mema Brick's statement towards Mr. Ability today. Well, that's it. We'll go into it and he will know how to handle that. But to the social issue, and you talk about Samuel Tuwe crying, we will talk about that. Well, for me, I see that want to be something to be like a topic because you and I know sometimes things do happen. Like, for example, when the Unity Party won the election, we saw Amara Kone crying, and people was there. Oh yes, that was tears of joy. It was somehow emotional. Oh yes, we fought for this and we got it today. So almost like the same thing with Samuel Tuen, wherein you see that you serve your country, and then instead of people appreciating what you did, and today they are going after you, and still they can't find anything on you, but they are still going after you. So it's sometimes emotional. You will cry, but what did I do wrong? So for me, I don't see that to be anything. Even though sometimes it do happen. You see, that's it. And like you asking our brother in Liberia how he enjoyed himself.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. Yeah, so what say you two? What's your own experience? You in and out? But Ali, this is interesting. On many occasions, sometimes you people bear these things, but I know that sometimes you feel like, what kind of country we have?
For me, neighbor, I never been out of the country for a very long period of time, just like 9 years. So for me, I see it to be long time. And again, I go back almost every year back and forth. So this thing it don't really look strange to me at time when I go back because I know the way in which we left the country. When we go back, nothing much have changed. So we expect to see our people living this kind of deplorable and horrible life, those conditions they are in. So sometimes it don't really look that strange to me. Like sometimes people, you come to the country, you brave to be driving, how you can manage, you pass Douala, you pass this, you pass that. And that's why most of the time when I go, I hardly move around because when I see the people living condition, it is so deplorable. Yes, so you sometimes feel frustrated. Yeah, but it is what it is, and this is why we don't have to hit any government the way our people are living, and we don't expect them to live like that. So when the government come, we just pray that this government should do well to better the lives of our people, because your hate cannot do anything to a government. All you do is to pray for the government to give your people a better living. That's all we can do. But we pray one of these days, when we go back home, when we see our people, we see ourselves, and we will feel happy, we feel comfortable being with them. But it is just something our government, from one government to another, they make the country to be a living hell for our people while they enjoy and our people suffer. But that is it. There is nothing we
Thank
can
you,
do.
Brother Ali, for your own experience, because I know some of you cry a lot. Sometimes you go back home, you think about some of, or maybe if you go back to where you live now, you worry because even if you come back on the traffic lights, you see people violating the traffic, you'll be like, ah, you mean this thing happening here? Are these people really serious? So these are things that some of us have been crying for, that our government should be able to put this system in place, so that even if the government is no more, that system that they put in place will remain forever. But the government believe in politics. They like the politics. They like what they can do. They want to control the people. And at the end of the day, let the system be the way the system is, and we move on. But Aliu is, say Aliu, Monk, and Steve already joined us. Monk, good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Good to be here. Another day. Today's what, Thursday, man. I think I'm gonna end the show this week. I'll be taking a little break. I'm getting too overwhelmed here. Not only on the show, maybe I'll be off of Facebook, because Facebook can take a lot of hours, especially when you get some kind of project they want to take. You cannot be on Facebook because they mindless trolling. You watch 30-minute video here, 20-minute video here. This other interview. By the time you look at, you make up your mind, you're already 5 hours, 6 hours into the day. So if you guys on social media and you don't see my profile popping up, then you will know I intentionally deleted my account. Now I put a temporary pause on it. So I will be here today, tomorrow, hopefully God's willing, and then maybe by next week I will be going for a little while, just to the audience so that they know what's up. But
Wonderful. Mark, yeah. So if you follow, we were talking about the live home, and thank God one of our brothers here, Robert. In fact, Robert gave his own experience in electricity. You see, you live somewhere where, in fact, current, or let me just say in the simplest form, electricity don't even bar, or if I don't even go up like that, you come here where you ought to be getting it per hour. So more, we just starting the show with your own little experience sometime after living the kind of life on that side. And only to come home and see yourself, you see your people living like, are these people living an animal? Because I only in the animal kingdom where
yeah,
pass anywhere where it be.
about the features. That's why they call it quality of service. I tell folks, people don't have a problem paying money for anything when they can get the best experience and the best services. The reason is like they have, because everything in this country, the vast majority of things in the country is controlled by the private sector. They are prioritized. And when you privatize utility companies or anything for that matter, you get quality service. Maybe, except there is a weather storm or some kind of electrical fault, but within no time, energy will be restored. When it's a storm, I give you a couple of hours, no matter which time of the day, even on a heavy rain, those guys will be out there because they know you got to pay your bill and you must enjoy the service for what you are paying for. So the moment you make that call, within 15, 20 minutes, power will be restored because they understand it can come with some lawsuits sometimes when people buy their goods or their product and then no electricity when it's spoiled. I mean, so they don't want to carry the legal liability, so they got to give you that quality, excellent service, and that's what people pay for in this country. Maybe we are 350 plus million in this country. I'm talking about people who are here legally, not even the illegal. Less than 2 million people working in the entire federal government, including the military. Can you imagine that? And the military is more than 1 million. So it means the people that are working in the government, they are less than 1% of the population, maybe less than 0.1% of the entire country's population. Well, that's just why it is. And
More like what you just said, that's the fight that even here Baltimore Gas and Electric, those people that provide electricity for us, that's the city. Most of the thing that private sector, private company doing it, like 2020, why you say, I remember we're in the house, boom, everywhere there went down. And so I started asking, I hope the children just something you. I started checking all around. When I went outside, I saw everybody in the community outside. That's something that the whole transformer, we know what happened. In less than 3 minutes, my man, we saw the guy running, coming. In the next 15 minutes, current was restored. Everybody that this and that, because you could see everybody with their phone calling. The next day, those people came, they start asking if anybody, your appliance, anybody, your got damage in your house, this and that, and what have you. People who had insurance.
Oh, power tap we can see. Can you imagine?
You saw
can you imagine?
Liberia there, your transformer said when you blow up, you had to go buy transformer for them to come. And this is something I can't understand, Mom, Maybon, Steve. Why in the country when people transformer blow up in the community, they had to put money together to go buy the transformer, bring it for EDC to come. I thought the government supposed to take responsibility of that. Why?
Anyone that got a transformer to reinstall it, I got to have fun.
Yes, like my friend there, right now, send that transformer blew up 1 month. They had to go buy transformer $1,200, and they had to pay additional $200 for EDC people to come and put it there. 1 month, there is no electricity in our community. Why?
Can you imagine?
Welcome, Steve.
Let's just move on. We're just chipping with some of these things because these are things that are very affecting our people. When the politicians continue to play politics, all of them make it look like in fact that they are working. Steve, my brother, good evening. Good morning.
Yes, Maybon, thank you. Monk, thank you. Mr. Masale, thank you. Mr. Masale, you stay in the US?
Yes, I'm staying here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
I will be getting out by July.
You know, sometimes we come here and we laugh and we joke, but some things need to change. And let me just be honest, God not coming from heaven to change some things. You know, regardless of what religion, what belief system you have, what education, what your status, whatever it is, we have to be deliberate about the country and about changing Liberia. It can be about political party. It can be about, we cannot keep just this small thing around here. And imagine whole water and sewer boss telling you, say they're going to patch the pipe. They're going to fix the pipe. I mean, it doesn't make any sense when we have the money to be able to fix these things. Let me tell you today, I will say on the show, I said it to the election, I will say it. Liberia can never change with CDC and Unity Party leading it. Tanachu, especially with Joe Weah and Joseph Boakai. Tanachu. Let me say it again, never Liberia can change. You must, I will say it to the Liberians who are listening today, you must swallow that bitter pill and elect a total different person. Let me say, if you think if there's a joke, that's being a clown show. Some of us will come here and will laugh again. We're supposed to be talking about electricity business almost 30 years after the war. We're supposed to be talking about it. You not see Sierra Leone rest? Are you there? You see Guinea? You see other countries that have been through bad wars? Today you got what cheering and someone else in Rwanda. After that, on a genocide, on a war. And what they were making excuses, and you know, the government, every day the other one kind of say roll. The other one kind of say roll. The other one kind of say roll. Nothing moving forward, nothing changing, nothing will ever change. Nothing. Let me say again. I don't care how much nothing against President George Weah. Nothing against President Joseph Boakai. But until we can be deliberate as Liberians and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I see some of you, oh, George Weah come back. George Weah come back. Come back to do what? I see some of you, your life is surrounded on George Weah coming back. Look, let me say this. No amount of prayer will help you. No amount of talking on Facebook will help you. You post CDC back there. Come back and talk worse than what we were talking before. Because at the end of the day, guess what? CDC will spend 6 years wanting to pay the debt on United Party people, and still, United Party, no sense of direction. The only reason why these guys are not able to make any kind of significant change in our country is because they don't have any history of changing anything. Go back to the history. When we say this thing, you think we hate these people or whatever it is. So the electricity business we're talking, I can say this to you guys, we got a long way to go. We're supposed to be talking electricity business today. We're supposed to be discussing electricity business in the 21st century, where there is solar a system, we can get solar panels and other things to help boost the electricity or compensate. Because the people are not thinking no innovation. The people are not thinking, listen, the people will sit down and have meeting how to go after somebody because the person opposed them. They will spend months planning how much to spend. Then to take the money to spend it behind you and say, you know what? Let's use our brain small and do something that will progress or move the country forward. So, you say what you want to say. We can say what we want to say on the radio, whatever it is. But I will keep saying it. We said it during the election. If you elect anything, Unity Party or CDC, the country is nowhere will be worse. And we're seeing it today. But you know the good thing about it, Melbourne? I am excited that we are alive and we are seeing what we predicted. So guess what? It gives us more credibility. It makes us more respectable, and someone can walk our head up very, very high. And let me tell you something today. The reason why all of them can be tuned in to watch the video, some of them on fake memes or whatever it is because they know that we are credible people. I can tell you that today. We might not have the 5,000 following or how many people in Brunei here or the Japanese people or the people from Kuala Lumpur. We might not have them on here today, but I can tell you one thing. The government, the opposition, whoever it is, they respect Sktv platform. They do. And they will continue to, you know what? We have credibility. We have stood the course of time and we'll continue to stand the course of time. We will not change the thing what we are saying because the situation has not changed. Is if the old ways have not been working, so is the case in Europe. We must try a new way. We must elect somebody new. Anything outside of that, you're wasting your time. You're nowhere. You'll be recycling. You'll be giving yourself a hard time. We must. Forget about your old popularity. Oh, I'm a party, I'm a day, I'm a that. Let me say this to you. Your children's future, your safe drinking water, your other thing is better than your political party. So all the old party is supreme. That foolishness, that's brainwashing. But maybe back to you. So that's what I want to say. So all the water.
Go ahead, maybe I wanted to ask something what Steve said.
Yeah, no, go ahead, because we're just moving on to the social aspect of the broadcast. Maybe
I mean, this one is now a regular topic. I will consider you also a social aspect, and that's the reality.
Yes, indeed.
You know the funny thing, right? Like you said something very profound. Like we could care less about the number of views we got. The fact of the matter, we are on the radio. That's the news and advantage. And the radio, I guess, the bandwidth is all over the country, even to some bordering towns. So I think we cover the length and breadth of Liberia. That's that. That's why I keep saying the people in Liberia is the target audience. And Steve said it right. The thing is, it's just basic choices you must make in life. The people say the quality of your life depends on the sum total of the decision that you will make. From the time you wake up from your bed to the end of the day, you will keep making decisions. We make thousands of decisions every day. You can choose to brush your mouth or your mouth can smell all day. You can choose to take a shower in the morning, or you can choose to be dirty. You can choose to cover yourself your blanket when it's raining, or you can jump in the rain to go hustle for your daily bread. Everything you will do every single day of the week is choices. And those choices will determine the quality of your life. So, like Steve said, it's all about the credibility. You can put your emotion. You can say we hate certain individual. I know. They can say life is predictable. Nothing happens out of chance. They call it the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. You cannot change reality. And you know one thing, maybe, even on an individual level, the people who make strides in life were the people who were willing to make changes. Look, change is part of human nature. You got to be able to adapt. If you choose to maintain the status quo. Then so be it. Every great country in the world, at a certain point in time, they decided that they had to do something differently to make progress. And Steve said something. Can you imagine? The war in Rwanda was deadlier than Liberian civil war. Our war estimated at 250,000. Rwanda has almost 900,000 genocide between the Hutu and the Tutsi. It was more deadly than all in terms of the human cost. If you leave from Liberia to go get quality education in Rwanda, it's a disgrace to us.
100%.
Our existence, the war, because at this stage, war cannot be an excuse. It's been almost 30 years. We are approaching 30 years, 3 decades. You cannot keep making excuses for your failure just because of war. There are other countries that fought deadlier war than you, with even worse outcome than you. So the whole idea that we can keep kicking the can down the road, or we want to be comfortable, I know you cannot get result in the midst of comfort. When you want to get the result, you have to do something that is very, very unprecedented and that will make you to feel uncomfortable. That's the only way. The people who we are not comfortable voting for will be the folks that will end up changing that country. If you get that choice, my brother, we can bring CDC back. And we move CDC, we can bring Unity Party back. It doesn't matter how many times we roll the dice with those two parties, like I keep saying, we will never get a better option. You know, of all the things that Lobo wrote in that little piece, it was something that struck of all the sentences that he wrote. He says CDCs cannot be used as a measuring stick. I said, oh, Lobo, since when you got to know this? If you telling me Joseph Boga come with 4 decades of experience, I live with Georgia, I know support that job because I know he cannot run a country, whether you like him or not. He's not capable, he was not built for that. But if you think that I can just do a little better than Georgia, then somehow people will give me credit, my brother, you waste your time. Because if you are telling me that you cannot use CDC as a yardstick to measure progress, then it means Joseph Boga is performing worse than even Georgia, even though you guys giving the label or the title of 40 plus years of experience. I can understand. I can live with Georgia being a novice because he wasn't expected to produce anyway, except for the people who were living in fantasy. Because we look at the background, we look at the nature of the job. That's why I keep asking people. It's almost like you get a carpenter and a mechanic. Your car is stuck in the middle of nowhere. You brought one of the best mechanics in the village, and the president couldn't fix your car. So you say you're going to hire a carpenter to come and do the job. And the reason I keep using that analogy is between Georgia and Madam Salif. Even if we say Madam Salif never performed, do you think in your sound and logical mind, in terms of leadership or governance, when Madam Salif feel Georgia is capable of succeeding? No, it's not going to happen because he was not built for that job. So if you are telling me the 40-year experienced man that worked with the LPMC, LPRC, vice president, if he cannot give me result, then why should I even make the argument? Then I will give Georgia partial credit because, like I said, he came being a novice. We never expected. But from the rescue government, no, there's a total shock. And until we can make that leap of faith by doing something radically different, we'll not get better result. No matter how many times we go to the election or to the ballot box, we will not get better result. I can guarantee you that. Steve, anyway, I stop right there.
More.
And that's it.
More quickly. Quickly, I beg you.
No, go ahead, brother.
I know Mom said there's something about the rescue government. I could predict, that's why from day one I opposed the Unity Party. I could predict that the Unity Party under Joseph Boakai would have been one of the most useless group of people ever in the history of Liberia's existence. Let me tell you how I could predict it. First of all, since Joseph Human Boakai graduated from Cotton, I don't know where, LU or wherever he graduated from. I don't know wherever he graduated from, whether that LU or that Cottington. Since Chade Kintan, I don't even know if he graduated correctly or like Babati Gray he get, but we can leave that one. Since he graduated,
no Babati graduation.
I mean, leave that thing. During the day, they can pass you to forget about that story. But let leave that one. Yeah, leave that story. My man, everybody passed. We know they pass, even though the standard was good, the education was good at the time, but it still not mean that everybody passed. My man, you could be making D, and the teacher said because you consistent, you come in, so we have to make it C and pass you. We not see it before, so leave that story. But anyway, here's the point I wanted to make. The way I know these guys were not going to do anything was, first of all, after the Unity Party lost power for 6 years, you would think the first sign is the people will be positioning themselves to lead, such as they will be equipping themselves, preparing themselves, not just criticizing, but making sure that they're equipped, whether from a competitive level or whatever it is. Even the young men and young women who want a government job. What Jeremy Pierre was saying, and in people basement here collecting leftover liquor after they go to party and get drunk. That's what they were doing. They were all useless life here.
And one of the problems.
Listen, I'm being very honest.
Quiet. There were matters they were coming to.
You got Daniel Sano there. Tell me what Daniel Sano was doing with life while you were in Liberia. You're not going to LU. You were passing around, telling you can have bed 24/7. So you see the level of unpreparedness these guys came to power with. Let me tell you something. When you are not prepared for leadership, you will steal. When you are not prepared and you are giving leadership, you will steal. Wherever there is incompetence, people replace the incompetence by criminality, by lies. What the last time you heard Thomas Farah said the Bay in school? What the last time you heard Thomas Farah equipping himself as a deputy? So even attempt some kind of conference or some kind of somewhere where they got other speakers or deputy speakers or other people there putting themselves together. That's what you do. But those goons are saying that in Liberia there. The other goons they get in Liberia. What did John Lobo were doing when you were here? You want me to tell you a story? So these jokers pass around. They only rely on government job. They never prepare themselves. And you expect them to come and deliver? No. They will not come and deliver. Because you know what? These are good for nothing people who got nothing to offer. They will turn to stealing. And that is just what it is. This is no joke. This is some serious issue. And until we can look into this, we are going nowhere. And that's how I know Unity Party.
That's the issue, brother Steve. That's the systematic issue. That's the issue. Steve, you just grab some of the thing that I've been saying forever so long. No, I keep saying these things, but it's good to change. Don't get me wrong. Because if you don't change, you will not know. If we have, in fact, if Liberia is going to change or the previous government to bring in this government by this time, then they're blame shifting. Oh, the people were having all of the experience. They did the people all the people, by this time Liberia far. So you see, thank God. But again,
the people that were talking about that guy experience. Joseph Boaka were passing around trying to get money from a convicted criminal instant on water spoon. Joseph Boaka was holding black plastic bear behind Costa at the Waterside Market in Philadelphia, going to barber shop. Wait. What Joseph Boaka was doing? Joseph Boaka was not only living on loan in Liberia, but when he traveled, get what he used to do? He used to be in the basement. Why don't men playing pool? Why they playing that the quiet baby? Someone a game we can play, someone a football team we can play. The quiet baby we can play it. Joseph Boaka was sitting there as the referee while the men play baby, and the poor father when they caught it, they gave $2, $3 from the father, the person who win. That kind of low useless life. That is Joseph Boaka was on. Joseph Boaka was passing America and he get hair on his head. Going to barber shop with Costa to call his hair. That make any sense to you? Or men that wants to be leaders that even prepare themselves? It's not even preparing himself.
Politician.
And when we say this thing,
politician that want to lead a country.
People think we hate Joseph Boaka or we hate John Weah or whatever it is. But when you are passing around, gallivanting, being useless, not applying yourselves, not preparing yourselves, guess what happened? This is the result we got. And I can tell you, it will get worse. Even the Gafan one that you passing around with, be here, I know nothing. What did they call him? Or that. Who told you say? Wait, who told you say the thing where I can be learning in that LU Palawan horse to be talking bunch of foolishness? Every day you're making noise, you're talking politics. Who told you this is that's real life? Let me tell you what real life is. Real life is when you are able to think out of the box to come up with solution to solve problems. Real life. When you are able to play scenarios that you think that you can say, you know what, if it go their way, we can handle it the way, we can do it this way. That's real life. Another thing where I can be talking under the Palawan hall.
Let me tell you, Steve, when they go into the chat room, Steve, they are not fighting for solutions. Just see the way the other lawmaker, a female, reacting to a male or to a male counterpart. That tells you that this country, my brother, we are going nowhere. No matter these people will continue to play on the mind of the people because they think that that's the only way that they can survive. To play on the mind of the people, to make the people to look like they are the problem. Oh, we voted for. No. What can I agree that you were saying, Steve, before Brother Ali come on? We have some of our brothers and sisters from the US or maybe from outside of Liberia. Come and serve your country. When they come and then the wife Lazarus, our father center Lazarus that you were saying. The US president now they are already changed the woman in town. They bring the woman and say, oh, the Liberia, mama, everything you want to can't change anything Allah. You can't change nothing at the Liberia. How we looking here? Just imagine that's how people behave. When you go to organization, when you go for meeting, when you go to these places, they'll be telling them how we looking here. They play at the Liberia. What? So until, Mark, let me be frank, until the system can be built, until the laws, the last evening, Executive Marshal carried, the president sent bill for the war and the war code and the corruption. Who cares about this anymore? When you're undermining the laws, when you are doing more than business as usual, you killing the law that's supposed to be protecting every bill that you'll be passing. So people be saying like, but you never finish killing the law. So who cares? At the end of the day, even when they're corrupt cases, where the cases will go? The people will go scot-free because most of the people will come on your desk and you will play don't care attitude. That the kind of country we're running. So from the head to the tail, mom, everywhere is ratty. No matter who you vote for here, I can always say these things until maybe that leader, that radical leader or a military leader. But for me, until I can be convinced that with a kind of system that good thing will come from out of any kind of person that will come so easily for me. But I'll go ahead.
Thank you, Maybon. Like you said, excuse me. The fish, when the head is rotting, the entire body is rotting. And Steve says something. 2029, we are going into another election. I think this is time the Liberian people, they have to think wisely, as I always say this. We that come back to vote, some of us, we are just that maybe 1.5% of the population or 2%. The vast majority are you people over there. So you have to think critically, you have to think wise, you have to look at your living condition and make a better decision. And you will have a Joseph Boakai, who worked in government for 42 years, who served as vice president for 12 years, just to come and tell you, say, oh yes, all of the opportunity we had to transform this country, we squander everything, and he's not waiting to take responsibility. He put everything on Madam Sktv. If you will be brave enough to look at such a man that sat as vice president, I will continue to say this, that's one of the higher height of criminality. For me to be serving in a position for 12 years, they are paying me taxpayer dollars, and I know I'm not doing anything in that position while receiving taxpayer money. And I know we have the opportunity to transform the country, and we are squandering those opportunities. I never one day speak, I never one day say anything. But I went for 6 years, and I supported my boss again. We went campaign for another 6 years. That's a criminal act. In other countries, nobody can look at President Joseph Boakai to bring him anywhere near government. Because what Joseph Boakai did, that's one of the higher act of criminality. That's a criminal idea to receive taxpayer dollar, millions of dollars for 12 years, and you didn't do anything. As vice president, you squander all of the opportunity you had. Dr. Mapaya, when she was appointed, I was one of those who said that she was not going to do anything because the way in which we want to transform the University of Liberia, the government will not give her that money because they don't have interest in education. They only have time for their own budget, their own big salaries. But it was quite unfortunate. The budget was 21 million for the University of Liberia, and she talked, they gave her 40 million. What have they done with the money? What did they do with the money that today they're talking about trying to increase registration fee? In my mind, she has been captured by the hyenas of the University of Liberia. They are indoctrinated her into the corruption. And this is why today is going to destroy her legacy that she built all over these years. If you want to maintain your record, Your character, you have to be very careful when you go into work into Liberia, because they will tell you, don't bring out your American system here, don't bring your Canada system, don't bring your Australian system, we're not in Europe. Two things, either you go by them or you resign. The one that my friend did during my Nasedi administration, when he went to serve, they said, don't bring your Liberia thing here. He said, no, don't bring your American thing here. He said, my character matters most. At the end of the day, he told man and said, if the people can give me chance to change what I want to change, I'm going. He resigned, he came back. How many Liberians we have that can do that? No. They will go there and say, don't be American thing here. Okay, no problem. 95% of Liberians that live on the diaspora to go back
And
to
what
work.
happened? They
They
always
don't go to change
intimidating,
anything.
and they always telling them what they want. And
Yes.
they will see that, but I think we can tell them, and they will see these things. They know very well that if their people are struggling, they're coming back to come and say, even if the president or maybe that kind of minister telling you that don't bring out your American system, like you're far different, and you buy the kind of idea and say that just because you want job, just because you want to collect salaries. I can't waste my time. I can't waste my time on the kind of thing. Then even the worst one, my brother, they have been jumping from political party to another political party.
Like one thing one can always say most of the time, and this is why we have to stop that foolishness by always say, oh, the president was good, but the people that surround the president, those people that surround the president, who appointed them? You the one. So if you see people that you brought into your government, they are not doing the right thing, you get the right to fire them and bring other people. But the president will be sitting there, will be complaining, the city job we are administration. The other minister not good. The other minister not good. He tell to Fakao, he couldn't listen. They see nonsense with Joseph Wakai. People will say, oh, don't blame the president that the people are rioting. Who brought the people are rioting? That himself. If he keep them there, then he waiting to work with them to destroy the country. That's all.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, I can always say, and I will continue to say it, for some of us who God bless and we were able to travel, that's the greatest thing that happened to us. And even more so when you have child or children on this side of the country, you have less worries, less concern, especially in the preparatory phase of their life, such as school, you know, food to eat, clothes to wear, and other things like that. So I'm really grateful to God for that. I will say that. I am grateful to God forever for that. Because imagine, you know, being in Liberia and what's going on is going on. You got no connection. You got nobody in the government that you know. You got no way to even find your own way or whatever it is. Your children. Think about you as an adult, but your children. So I'm very grateful. If the Liberian people feel like they want to bring Joe Weah back, who am I? But one thing I can guarantee them, though, I will always sit and remind them about some of the things that we say here. If they feel like they want to keep Joseph Boakai or the Unity Party around, I will always remind them again about the things that we say here. I will never change the things that we say here or take anything back that I've said here, because the truth are the truth. They were the truth then, they're the truth today, and they will continue to be the truth tomorrow. CDC and Unity Party does not have what it takes to change Liberia. Don't waste your time. Give them 40, 100 years. You know, I see some people writing and saying, oh, some of you praise Tobo or whatever. I was not there in Tobo time. I was not there in Todman time. I was not active in the government or having the ability to speak or whatever it is. I'm here now. I can see some of the things that it did. It is still carrying on today. I can see it. I can see some of the things that it did. That it, some of the government till today into 2026, that it is still relying on. So they have some kind of impact. Who can remember water and sewer BMMO Ali that passing the pipe? Instead of buying new pipe, the passing pipe. And you got the audacity, the brave mind to sit down on radio and say, you know, and we call the people for them to patch the pipe. You stay passing pipe in 2026? You stay passing pipe? Your government official, you got big salary. You got the biggest budget ever in the history of Liberia, 1.2 billion. You stay patching pipe for the Liberian people to drink water. When I had to buy 1.2 or 5 million car for Joseph Boaka. You ain't got no reservation on it. You can patch it. He can use the same car that we are getting. You can fix it. But when I the Liberian people, what is supposed to drink, safe drinking water, you stay patching pipe. Oh, I see your life. And the Liberian people say, the Liberian people say, they sit down there and they let you to walk out of the studio. In Syria, man, country, they would have airlifted Mo Ali. They would have airlifted Mo Ali. He will not walk to go home. He will probably not even go home. That the time you're supposed to do the real citizen arrest for talking that kind of foolishness. But hey, Liberia, guess what?
The people, they like the politics, they like the politicians, they like the things more than anything, man. Because let me tell you right now, quickly before you come on, if like for example, like Ali was saying something, the other one and another more, when you are bad, just leave on the other side when they criticize too much, and join them, and join the people that are criticizing you too much, and you become hero. Samuel Tuah crying right now because Samuel Tuah now buying down to them. What kind of country you want to run? What kind of society you say that you're building? That everybody should bow down to you. People should come and worship you first before they can eat something or maybe eat some part of their own country, something or their country money. That they have to come and worship you like some of our religious people are doing. They have to worship you. So, my brother, it's difficult because people are moving from another political party to another political party. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking about one political party to another political party, can you play Francis Yumale?
But where are you?
I'm here. I'm just listening until my time.
Go ahead.
No, you can play the video. I mean, after the video, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying, what kind of moving from when you want to be Dobby? Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to be tired. What?
Yeah, you want big dog, you big dog. You want big cat, you big cat. So, like, I know that Steve always say me or Mr. Kane, there is no former enemy. I eat that.
God. No, that's very interesting, man. I love our country. You want to be dog, you want to be dog. You want to be cat, be cat. So,
you know, Melbourne, after I listened to that little clip and put some things together, anyway, let's hear him first.
Such is the case right now. I think that I will have to use my political microscopic eye.
You want to say
to examine and re-examine the decision of the Honorable Deputy Speaker.
You say you want to use your political microscopic eyes to examine and re-examine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The decision of my friend and brother, my younger brother, but because he's fire and I'm human, he's the third boy child of his mother. I'm the fifth boy child of my mother. So I call him Big Brother.
Yeah.
So I'm 5 years older than him. So my big brother, my traditional big brother and friend, Thomas Fowler, the Deputy Speaker, decision to establish a NIMO is a decision as a politician. I have to use my microscopic.
Why are you using microscopic eye? The man is supporting your father, in other words, your elder, your uncle, the president.
That's not all to it.
I thought you should run with it.
That's not all to it.
What more we don't know?
That's not all to it. Jackson, let me say this to our audience listening to us. I am not going to be a part of any political dog cat. What do I mean? In the political war, when you want to be a dog, be a dog. If you want to be a cat, be a cat. You can be a dog cat. What that suggests is Honorable Thomas Fowler is from a different political school of thought. from the CDC.
He is no longer there.
I appreciate his decision to support President Boakai administration. Let's forget about 2029. We President Boakai, not his interest right now. What we can do for the Liberian people is President Boakai's concern right now. So, for you to determine that you're coming from one political entity and you will support the re-election of President Boakai, but you are not going to be a part, you will not support the political party that brought him to power, to the extent that you begin to ridicule the leadership, the leaders of that party.
How is he ridiculing the Unity Party?
Just a few days ago, the honorable gentleman was on radio declaring that leaders of the Unity Party are riding vehicles with their tinted.
I think you were just cautioning. You call that ridicule? Was it not just cautioning to say in the CDC we made these mistakes in the past? Do not repeat them.
No. I would call it cautioning when they do it behind the scene. Where is that scene? Get to the party leadership. We have weekly meetings of the party leadership.
Minister Newman, you're sounding like you're not supporting Thomas Fala's Nemo, and I'm told they've extended you an invitation for the official launch. Will you go there?
Unfortunately, I'll be in Lufa. Ahead, leading the advance team for the president's travel to Lufa on Saturday to break ground for the Mendekoma-Vonshaman Highway road pavement.
Minister,
but more than that, let's assume I was not going anywhere.
I wish we had a lot of time, man. Yeah, but go ahead.
Let's assume I was not going anywhere. I'm still not convinced that any of us should run a parallel entity to the Unity Party.
But people been running a lot of auxiliaries, and I mean not auxiliaries.
Auxiliaries of the Unity Party, auxiliaries of the Unity Party. They're part of the part and parcel of the Unity Party. So in other
words, you want Thomas Fala a Syria, he should join Unity Party.
Exactly.
He should join Unity Party.
Exactly. One of two things. Either join the Unity Party or establish a political party and become an ally.
What's wrong with, but the movement is an ally.
When you say independent.
Well, Steve, I think we can use a little few time, or you want to complete the entire video, but because of time.
No, we gotta make sure we go to the, unless the radio people not going for the news bulletin, because this is
yes,
breathtaking.
This video is interesting.
This is
we already have the PAP from Sir Joseph. Now
this is breathtaking. This is breathtaking. But anyway, maybe I'll check with the people first. If we're going to the news bulletin, then we can wait. If not, then we can proceed. But we need to know for.
No, you can be discussing different things instead of you people waiting for us. You can be discussing different things, but then we'll come. Then we'll continue with that other segment of the discussion. Well, I think you people will also be talking.
What a different thing we'll be discussing. You follow different technique. Like your problem.
Yeah. Because maybe there's some social news also impacting. You can talk about that one.
So if you're going for a break, we'll just take our break and we'll come back.
Yeah, but man, why is social news? No, because we rather discuss social issue, people getting a feeling. We don't want to know any time.
Yeah, I want to leave the social because the social issues speak today, my brother. For me, I agree. I concur with the ladies. I know you again, but for me,
what the lady say?
I will play the video. I want to play it. I've been putting it about. I've been saying you want me to play the video. I play the video, but they are saying that they have their market. And
why are you going for your?
Wait, let me tell you. They say again.
They're not interested. But anyway,
my man, they say again.
Colomo. I want to telling you, pull a video. Then everybody see you.
They say. Why you getting all hard down the show here for? Why you're making the show to look funny now? Maybe what? I want to know what it is.
Let me show the video. Don't worry.
Neighbor, you want to be deacon, you want to be politician, don't be donkey again.
I'm not going to view. I want to. I want to. Oh, Steve.
Yeah. My man, what did happen? You just come and you want to go the video. What did you send me?
I think he muted himself mistakenly.
But then you're acting funny in that studio. What kind of video you now? Why you acting funny? You too happy. You need to rest. You too happy. I don't understand you, man. You too happy, maybe. Today you just happy. What is going on?
My man, no more life. Life is not gonna be happy. My boy gonna be inside for who be there.
No, you too happy. What is going on? That video why you just happy today?
Yeah. Yeah. I come here. I gotta be funny. The videos I know happy. Yeah, man. Every welcome, yeah. Every go ahead.
How you doing? How you doing, big boy?
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, chairman, the chairman. I know how you appointed the chairman yesterday. The chairman, that's not gonna chairman again.
No, the chairman, they're too happy today. We don't know what's going on. So, we need to investigate more here and let people know more.
You know, a lot of things you have touched on already. I don't know what the social issue is. Sometimes some of the social issue, someone can see I wish for it, which scared a little bit. But the deacon, you guy, the deacon part is scared of the social issue. So now are you asking me whether you want to be
The deacon are people. The deacon are people. Deacon, open deacon. Open deacon. The deacon are people.
But you know, it's an interesting thing. The two things I really wanted to touch on. Yesterday, you guys had a fascinating topic. But the deception of government is where my apprehension comes about anything that emanates from any of their people in terms of the good of the country. You know, you talk about the issue about Delon yesterday and today. Now we're talking about Nimale. Nimale is telling you right now they are very apprehensive about whatever Thomas Walla want to do. He's very apprehensive about it. And it will be like that. The reason being that you have a guy that is entire adulthood. He tells you that he said he belonged to a political party and that was the first political party institution he ever identified with. For such a man to come today because he wants to protect whatever his intentions are, people are going to be apprehensive, and rightfully so. And he's going to have to deal with that for the rest of the duration of whatever he's identified. And you know, and secondly, Steve and guys, this government, everything that has been done is all small screen, and I will continue to be apprehensive. I want the good for that country, and anything that we can do as diasporans to help that country develop, I will wholeheartedly endorse it. But the question is accountability. Steve, you have a president that immediately he took power. In less than a week, he ordered $8 million to leave the coffers of the central bank to pay a loan. And up to today's day, the very loan that telling you okay, your dollar, he had never even called for an inquiry on it. What happened with that money? You have a president that took $500,000 from the Social Security for retirees and they use it for vehicles. Up to today's day, there were no hearing. As we speak, there is a project going on that the entire country is concerned about. They're not even inquiring about it, but they're telling you to your remittance. Mind you, just in the United States alone, we got between 250,000 to 300,000 Liberians just in the United States. Forget about all the other about Europe and other states. Just the United States alone. And from my research, I understand that we remitted in 2025 between 250 million to $400 million in the coffers of the Liberia revenue in 2025. That's the remittance for diasporans. And guys are telling me that such a money should be collected for a government and not giving accountability for the little ones they're collecting in the country. And then we will blindly believe that it will be used for the intended purpose. I'm a serious skeptic in our direction. And I find it very, very, very difficult to deal with. I'm sorry. I find it difficult to deal with owing to all of these numbers. Because if you're going to be having 250,000, there is no Liberia in this America that can tell you that the minimum they will send in Liberia will be $5,000 a year. No Liberia, especially adult, except maybe sick ones. Even the people can be sick in bed here. Group home and things, they still find a way to send few dollars for their family members in our country. So I'm a serious skeptic and I got apprehensions about it. I don't know what the mechanism will work out, but I just wanted to point that out. And then lastly, the issue about the likes of Tomo Fala, and he and Nimale are going to fight. They're going to have a fight in Lufaka. That seat he occupies, Nimale State wants a seat. And they're going to have to fight for it. So he should just get ready for that fight. That's the signal that Nimale is telling. I close on that, guys. It's great to see you.
Wonderful. Thank you, brother. If you quickly, let me see if there's a video before people say maybe why you don't want to play our video. I will look for the other wireless stream, but this is the
one. So, Small World Association, we now recruit new members. We recruiting. We get all of the money here, so that it's here. Put in your order because the money here. We get the money here. Y'all trying to live, guys. Yeah, everything I'm saying, so we recruiting new member, but the other member that I get, we want for them to order the goods to get 2 more members yet. Yes, I either put your order quick. There you go. All the other goods that order here, that balance 2 more goods here, you're putting your order. You have to work with, we not get much time. You have to work with, you're putting your order.
You see right here?
You see, that's my baby. Oh, no, I don't listen. Two more cruise here, Philip. When your order, we get 2 cruise here.
Chairman is confused for one school life. What's going on here?
When your order, we're not talking with new members. So there's 2 cruise here. I want ship it. Your order.
Transfer.
Yeah.
Who don't shout more get it? What did they talk? What's going on? What a goose? What's going on?
Yeah. Transfer or cash. What's going on? I said what we do. So there's 2 more don't make it go. We won't waste time. So I make rest of it.
We can see what they're selling. What kind of confusing thing is this?
Nothing confusing, but
yeah, but what's going on? I see.
So
I just see saying they're selling goods and 2 more goods.
The people run the prostitution ring, and they got 2 mentioned that added to the lady are recruiting just as AFL. So they are running a live special video. Once you can cash out them, or you can not cash out, when you can send them money transfer, those 2 new recruits at the top from the AFL or Barrett, they will be mailing them to you.
But more, guess what? More will be saying this thing time with our number that most of the people that go to entertainment center or the club or so forth, that's also young girls who are below the ages of 16, 17, maybe between the ages. We keep saying these things. People will come out and say that thank God that they're coming up on the internet and telling you that they have customers, live customer that you can put in. Even if you want to, they will give you lesser prices and so forth. Now, where is Ministry of Gender? Where are all of the women advocates and so forth? See,
let me come in before I can turn it over to Senior Mayor AB and Steve can take over. I don't try to cut you off. There was something that I said generation, right? When it comes to government, anytime government passes a policy, they're always talking about the future. I told you the country will be worse off than what you are seeing right now. Maybe how often do you see prostitutes in Liberia get on live camera to tell you that they are doing this or doing that? Look at them. Look at that group, their ages. I bet the average age will be 17 or 18 of those 4 girls that are on camera. They are telling you if you can send them a mobile money payment, they will be able to ship their 2 latest recruits. Maybe you ain't see nothing yet happening in Liberia, and people think it's joke. But I'll stop right there. It's maybe you can take over. I'll stop there.
I'm shocked a little bit. Owing to a lot of the things, because this is a discussion, quite honestly, I find it difficult to get involved with many a time, but it's becoming so rampant, and I don't think it's being kind of controlled in our country, because the profanity and everything that some of these so-called content creators, they will go and meet people in social gatherings and maybe beaches and all the things and asking them, and they verbalize those kind of intimate things, talking about it publicly, how they like it this way, they can do it that way, and all the kind of thing. I mean, it's a problem for our society, and it's sliding into it's getting out of control, and it's unfortunate. Like Mon stated, if you have a society, I know historically or biblically or religiously, I know they will say that profession is the oldest profession in living memories, but a lot of things is contributing to the problem with our society found ourselves. Those are young children that should be focused, and then there should still be some parental guidance. But the extremity of financial constraints, the hardship, everything is driving people in that direction. Not only the girls, even the boys. A lot of the things, the sodomy and things you're hearing in our place is emanating from poverty. So it's troubling, quite honestly. I think that there's a need to kind of curtail some of these things and get it off the social media like this, honestly speaking. That's what I was going to say about this.
Before I make my comment, I got 2 questions for you. The first question is prostitution legal in Liberia? Because I know the time was not legal. Is it legal?
No, it's not legal in Liberia.
Okay.
It's not.
So, the second question is, do you have any idea of the ages of the ladies or the girls that were on, those 3 girls that were showing their faces? Any estimate of the ages?
Well, like all of us, the way we are looking, but for me, I don't want to maybe bring it down to below 18, but I don't want to, because I don't want for people to say maybe they are teenagers or some of them there, they may either be between 19, 18, 20, or 21. But
no, they won't be 20. They won't reach 20.
Those children are from 17 down.
For that group from 16 to 18. But when they shot, you see they're looking at the beyond enemy land. They didn't reach 20. They're not 20, bro.
That children okay.
So
we don't call enemy line.
So let me
below 18, you mean that consensual you have to be into prostitution or sex.
Yeah, so let me make my point. There are some things we can joke with. There are some things that are very serious. And this is on a chart of seriousness. The same thing how when it comes to the issue of drug abuse, addiction, and mental illness in Liberia is on a chart of very seriousness. But here is where my concern is, though. Where's the Christian community? Why don't I see Christian people getting this? Because this is where are the cultural people who say the Liberia is a moral country or country of culture? Why are they not getting versed with this? Why are they not asking general ministry or the police or the authority to go and get these children and find out who they are and what's going on? Why are we not taking those steps? Why? Let me say this. In as much that prostitution is one of the odious business ever in human existence, this is a sign that we have a bigger problem and a serious trouble on our hands. So people, don't overlook it. It got nothing to do with the age of social media. It has everything to do with what's going on in the country. A couple of years back, for some of you who are older, so even see President you say, yeah,
that's the point, Steve.
To even see it, look,
you're right.
To see it, not doing anything.
It was always done behind the scene. Maybe exactly. Nighttime, you go to some of these places like where they used to get happy on Valley Street. Those are the places.
I'm saying this to say we are on another level now as a nation. Let me say this. I don't know how old they are, but these are babies. Even in my sleep, if I were to see some of these children around, I'll call them mine and I'll whip the butt for them to go home. These are babies. But this is to tell you not only the level of desperation in the country, but the level of bravery, the audacity. And this is to tell you that from a societal standpoint, the breakdown in our culture, our tradition, everything. And I'm not going to attribute this solely to politics. I'm not going to restrict this solely to politics. It's a bigger and a holistic problem that we have as a country. The level of desperation is too much. And we see it to the extent wherein, even in the United States of America here, we see grown women who come off social media, curse each other. Some of them have naked themselves on social media. And people see it as entertainment and funny. I don't see those things as funny. You have Mother Day program. Let me say this. You have Mother Day program. And you had a man who dressed like a woman. And women take the microphone and give it to that man. What's wrong with you guys? At what point do you say, you know what? Certain things we got to stand up on it. You know, I've always said this. The women who can support the men and who can ally women. That's why yesterday I was there with the church people and the Christian people. Because most of you who are saying that you should go unfollow Mama Liberia, most of you are Christian though. That means you are damn hypocrites. Because the truth of the matter is God burned Sodom and Gomorrah because of what? Ain't that the same homosexual business? So why are you even following a homosexual man in the first place? But that's aside the point. The point here is this. We need to get to a place where either we want to be serious or we don't want to be serious, we're jokers. And let's agree that we are jokers. Because even from a political standpoint, we have a president who is 80 years old or 80 years plus. And it's lying and people making excuses for him. But it lies. Instead of saying, no, old man can lie, you shouldn't be lying to us. When you say the old man lying, they get vexed. They say you rude. But the man lying though. The man tricking y'all. So I'm saying this to say, fundamentally, we have a serious problem. And this is a big problem. And these are just some of the byproducts of the problem that we have. But the one that we see now, let's talk about the small guy who involved with prostitution in the community that ain't got social media. Yeah. Do we know how many of them exist? I will leave it there.
But Steve, let me just buttress what you're stating. The problem here is that don't be surprised that even some of those girls that are speaking over there still live with their parents. And they got directly or indirectly got an endorsement of their parents. Because why? They bring in those kind of resources and support that very home. So it's a societal issue that I know it transcends politics, that's the politics, but that's the life you carry. Look, Steve, think about this. Just a few years ago, when you used to even take $50 and send it to somebody in Liberia to tell you, to even call you back to even acknowledge the receipt of it, to say, thank you for that small thing. How many times now, even you send $10 to somebody, can tell you small thing? They are desperately in need of it. Yeah. They will appreciate it. I think you are sending them $100 or $200. I can't remember anybody saying in recent time to me, whatever amount you send it, they tell you that small thing. No. So, it's a societal issue. And I think, because, take for instance, even some of those very people you're talking about, see, in the manage to matriculate in any developed world like in the United States here, how many of them you can see talking about those kind of things? Because why? They have a society that one way or the other, they will be financially independent in a way, working by themselves, hard-earned monies. But you have a society that jobless, and the only medium of sustaining a home or maybe even putting food on the table for some of their parents is to just a home. And, medium is troubling, quite honestly. It's troubling, and I don't know what mechanism can be put into place. And the moral conscience of society is completely silenced in that country more. Moral conscience. Because
Yes,
you had the likes of Bakara Francis, Kafuma Kone, Bishop Brown, then, and Bishop Kula, then. Somehow they even used to speak on this thing publicly in doing their religious practice. They spoke on those things. It discouraged it, minimized it in a way. But now I don't know, guys. It's troubling, quite honestly. So,
yes, it's troubling. Let me just chip you quickly, then maybe Mark. But I didn't move back to our don't. If you want to be door, you be door. So yes, some of us. Let me tell you the reason why sometimes when these things happen, we don't easily pass by these things. Like Robert commented, he said, right now nobody talking about somebody missing. And he's right. Nobody protesting. Oh, the potential lost, the other one lost, that won't happen. Nobody talking right now. These girl children, they found themselves into some kind of apartment. And the worst thing about this thing is some of our leaders going behind these same children. Some of the leaders, you see them, they kind of people on the leg. They leave their wife, they leave their children, they leave their family and run behind these children and start to rent apartments, rent places for them. In the name of.
Oh, for sure.
I'm telling you more.
That one, that regular everyday thing. The same people that work in government will be going after the little girls.
I'm telling you, they're going behind the children. So the children, so even Jenna come to them and cry and do all the kind of things, they won't stop. They won't stop because the people feel that the only way that they can be happy except maybe they go for the children, take them for carry them in Ghana, spoil the country money. They're where most of our money is going. In fact, it was even going the feature when our speaker. No, but let me go. The speaker said something about the feature when you were on his, I think is some kind of engagement. I know district what. When you talk about when we go out there with the leaders, you know, our heart can cut. So Mark, the people heart can cut. So the children now, they don't have any animal. You see how they dancing on camera. You see how they. The only thing that for me I'm feeling for is I'm feeling for some of our mothers and women out there who have their homes. You gotta be very careful. That video have part 1, part 2, part 3. The children are saying that even if you marry men, they don't care. The only thing, just pay their money, and they will be able to do whatsoever service that they think they can do. It's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. So this is not about the children they do whatsoever thing they want to do. No, this is just beyond politics. As Steve said, we have to look into this, and the society as religious people also we got to look into some of these things because some of the people, some of the children, they are our children, even though they are breadwinner for us because we don't have work. Some of us we send them to school. In fact, some of the children they also out of school. Mama, like your professor, you have to even. I'm telling you more. Some of the children they not in school, they won't go to school nowhere. Some of the children, in fact, they even looking for career job. You know how many females that can be to small in-person monk asking for a job, looking for a job to do?
Yep. So at the end of the day, even the good ones will end up they will become corrupted by the society because there is no opportunity. So what you think will be the last option? They will have to sell their body. And you said something right. What AB said, the moral of the entire country is gone. We don't have people to lead the economic situation. I want to tell anybody anywhere in the world, the number one issue when it comes to election is the economy and jobs. Because without jobs, society will not function. The government said we'll be able to generate taxes because people must work before they can pay taxes. And if you can get the money flow into regular people in terms of meeting their daily needs, my brother, that society will collapse on its own weight. So, like I keep telling people, they don't understand the magnitude of a Liberia's future problem because you are seeing it right now. Those children are 15 and 16. 20 years from now, they will be in the prime of their life, middle age. What they will be going up to, what they will be doing to even reach that middle age, and what will become the fate of the country. Look at that body. They even said physically develop yet. That's why I said they beyond enemy land. No, when they not reach 18, I can bet you they didn't cross 18. Because that body not even mature, you know. As you age for a female, certain future, like breast, the body size, the body weight, with age, they develop. Look at the children. They look small. I can bet you Melbourne, the range will be between 15 to 17. I can put my money on that. But guess what? They are forced to engage into what they are engaging right now because there's no option, and they will survive. Especially with that social media generation where people can compete, where you got a video and you can do live recording. They're seeing their friends fixing hair, getting nails, some of them renting their own apartment. Who want to do that? It becomes a competition. And in the absence of a stable income or reliable income, what do you think they're going to do? Prostitution becomes the last option. That's it. That's why I keep telling folks, I said, the people that grew up, whether they were the 70s or the 80s, when you look at it logically, I don't think that they were better morally than any other generation. But guess what? Things were okay during that time. So the things that the children are doing now, they never had to do that. You live with your parents, they send you to the best of school. You will eat every day. Even your parent wasn't rich, they will make sure they will provide for you. Now, how many parents able to put pressure on their kids to live a certain lifestyle? When you the parent, you cannot even afford for the child or put meal on the table for them. They will do their own thing. You become worthless as a parent. You cannot impose on children you cannot take care of. That's just how it is. But anyway, stop there though. We'll talk about we'll be on the record on Sktv. We'll sit down one day on one at Aisha or on one palm tree. We'll say no. 2025, 2026, 2023, 2024, they saw this day coming. They were telling the whole country that this day was coming and people ignore it. But now the reality is there. And we're seeing it every day, my brother. We're seeing it. Maybe I think you muted. I think you were saying something.
You know, Mong, you said something.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
in a country when there are jobs in the country, the government will be able to generate more revenue by collecting taxes and things. But because this government know that they have failed the Liberian people, that they were going to create job and there is no job, and that is why they keep increasing GST after every 3 months on the businesses. And that's why things are getting more tough and harder in the country, because there is no job. Who will work to pay tax? Nobody working, no job. So you have to continue. After every 3 months, you increase the GST. Like Mr. Kone said, there's a girl, they can call her open mommy, this and that. See the disgusting video that girl put on social media, how she want to do mere business. If anybody get a brother out there,
I saw that video too, Ali.
Yes, and how she want them to do, they want to her, they might do that to her. Everything that you people supposed to do indoor, happy intimacy with your wife and tea. That kind of video, you're supposed to send it to the gender ministry. You're supposed to tag people Nyobi Kanga Lauren, then they come and see those kind of things. She who were not easily happy to realize, she said, oh, I came across a disturbing video. If you will get a woman in the name of content creating or content creator, whatsoever she call herself, to make that kind of video. Just quite recently, the government were arresting children, people who using their children to create content, to be using those bad words and things. They arrested parents for that. They and their children. You can use your child to create content, but the word they use is not good. Those children will come out tomorrow and those things will haunt them. Look at Nigeria. People use their children, they creating content, they're making money, but not to go out there to be using profanity and all those stupid things. But you see that girl, a mature woman, open mommy, see that disgusting video she made. You see, but nobody, the gender ministry, the religious people, nobody can talk about this thing.
Oh yes.
And see the other video you just show. Prostitution is not legalized in Liberia.
I tell you,
15-year-old, 16-year-old children talking, say, oh yeah, we here put in your order, we get new customer, this and that, and what have you. And nobody say anything about it. But tomorrow when somebody go down, they jump behind, oh, you are not to do this, you are not to do that. These are things, like this kind of video, government officials will see it, they just allow they pass by it. Instead of
come on, they are client.
Yes, instead of calling the gender ministry attention, let's look at these children, let's find them where they are and see what we can do to them, because prostitution is not legalized. This is why in this country, we that here, in this country, when you below 21, you don't go to club in America. Because first of all, you have to show your ID. Liberia, we get more to do. This kind of time, we see this kind of thing happening, we get more ahead. That country, go, but this is not good.
We recruiting.
Let me play the video for a second time before going to the line to hear from our people.
Putting your order because the money
here. Just bring your video here where you're recruiting.
You see, all when I'm looking small, like you need a multivitamin. They want to read.
You see?
Y'all trying to lie, guys.
Look at. You even say me 70 or 30 looking at the plastic there in your chest. You see?
Oh, Ali.
Yeah. You see?
They want to go petty feet.
Yeah, in the future, they want to hold them, they want to be in the church, they doing the things of God and asking God to send them men.
We recruiting new members, but the other member that I get, we want for them to order the goods to get 2 more members yet. Yes, I either put your order quick. There you go.
And the general minister.
Why your order put that 2 more goods here? You're putting your order.
They smile and pass by. And some of them, they will even say, be looking for where those children are. To send somebody to call them overnight.
You have to work we not get much time. You have to work with you're putting your order.
Oh, I want to call them petty feet.
And more, you know, the fact was saying, even if you want to, we'll give you discount.
If you have make one, put your order, 2 more goods here,
If you want
2 more goods here, put your order, we get 2 goods here, sure, we get 2 more goods here, put your order.
Look at
Put your order.
They're all little girls.
We're not joking, we're recruiting new members. So the 2 goods here, I want shipping. Don't put your order.
The government had to look for those children. They had to
transfer or cash. Transfer or cash. 2 more goods here, we're not making phone. I tell you, I said we'll be doing discount, we'll be doing giveaway, yes. So the 2 more order, you're putting you're making that go. We
But they want the black with the ringleader because she the one leader.
But you don't want to start the entire film, but what I'm recruiting.
Yeah, and the woman that carry the personnel, she the one bring the news.
Someone one day you're making up with your order.
Damn it.
Maybe you're the different. You're seeing the kind of thing you're supposed to be tackling your lawmaker there. Then they see this kind of thing.
So let's move on. We gotta go. I see Mr. Dishu here. Mr. Dishu, we already out of time. We have to go to the line to interact with us. People keep calling back to back. But again, we just passing through all of these things to tell you how terrible our society is, because all of these things are. Some of you who are commenting, says Jackie, I want to say these things. We continue to be talking about this thing because at the end of the day, tomorrow, people will stand up again and say, oh, we stand up for the other right. We stand up for the other right. At the end of the day, the best thing to do now is to get rid of all of these things and encourage the young women to go out to find something to do, or government gave them opportunity, or other people who are out there also gave them opportunity for them to be doing something. But I don't think the kind of news we hear about them is not good. Yeah, to be doing prostitution live on camera, calling prices, telling people, paying for your kind of goods you want or so forth. It is embarrassing. But Mr. Dishu, quickly, we got to go. We're already out of time to take calls.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yes, getting you loud and clear.
Okay, yeah. I've been listening to the show, even though I'm doing some work here. I only tune into maybe 1 or 2 points. I don't want to say much because Monk said everything. He came up with the right analysis about everything that is happening. And the only point that I wanted to put out, you were talking about during our time. During our time in late days, like Turbo time, there was a song that they made called Pussy Price Gone Up. And that song was banned. The song would say, wow, pussy price gone up, baby, Wow. Put it.
How are we actually your days?
My dear brother DC, man, please don't repeat that song, I beg you. Repeat that song. Let our song stay in the past, I beg you. Let's stay in the past. Let our song stay in the past.
Yeah, I'll press it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go to the line and take more calls. Today's caller, good evening.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, man.
I want to speak to the issue of what he was being paid. You know, Georgia, as you all know, they are never serving government. He started in government in 2014 as a senator for 3 years.
Mama, you want to be doing defending thing or what you want to do? Everybody have their right on team. You're not gonna waste our energy and time on this kind of behavior, man. Stop there.
We're talking about social issue today. We don't need to talk about politics.
Yeah, everybody have the right. Everything that you'll be reacting to, like same thing you know the politics want. By the time you call yourself everybody want to react. It's bad.
Yeah, man,
let it pass. It's not everything that you got to react to. Hello to. Let me just take the WhatsApp call up quickly. Sktv-Lib, good evening.
Hello, baby.
Yeah, man, don't mind me. Hello, yeah, how you doing? I'm not going to tell you, I'm sorry, but let me know. Yeah, man. I'm very out. Yeah, man, don't mind. I'm just thinking of the video over here. But it's too interesting.
No, people. I watch you guys laugh, right? It's funny and it's sad. Seriously.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Yes.
We who grew up in the 70s at that age, you even crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Even crazy. For your mom or your aunt to be sitting somewhere or somebody hold up to be sitting somewhere and you really use any profanity. You're not crazy. Nothing wrong with you to do that. And it's so sad. Sad when you I just want Labrador, I saw these children 12 years old in Labrador wearing latches. 12 years old in Labrador, 20 years old in Labrador. They do what you the 50-year-old woman like me cannot do. Your children, they are very, very dangerous. You say, oh, the man they play the new in my house, forget it. She will say this is possible for you. So it just sad. It just so sad. I'm telling you.
I think I hear to the one. All right, thank you, Sktv-Lib. It's interesting. The girl children, that also do, and also there's no opportunity for them. I think for me, I will take it from that point. That's why some of them they are into some of these things. But again, 0770-203125. You won't be door, you won't be cat. We talk about that, even though we didn't really conclude with that, but also we talk about the social issues that have to do with our young children, young women who are out there putting in for customers, looking for customers. Yes, indeed, they are looking for customers live on camera and so forth. So this caller, good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. Are you coming on?
You okay? Thank God for life, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's moving to you off a kind of day.
Okay, go ahead, Ruben. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can always tell our people what happened to President William our support in the country will never happen around that time.
Okay.
They have to be very good to carry or a children. You can never say that they put that in your job. Children for now, they tell the country, children now is very country in your room for 12 years. You can go all the time that is not just any type of way. I know we live there for 12 years in your country. Will never put up someone having a way I want to win the country, and then what have people kill the neighbor and also in the street. They don't go post to you, they don't go I cannot say, well, they don't really want to the people, they
Okay. All right. Thank you so much to our David Samuel, my brother. Good evening.
Well, good evening, neighbor. Yeah, thank you very much for your show. This is our David Samuel from Ominga Market, the legacy of our president, and the prime member of Hotel Agriculture Club. Therefore, the feel that you guys say, therefore, it is not something for people to laugh. The country is going as though there is no people who are in control of this country. There's nobody in control of this country anymore. Our country cannot be going like this. Our young guys, see the kind of thing you're looking at people laughing in this country. So you want to tell me men and women are people that own children? They are not in control. They want to as a physical power, our country is going to lose.
Well, yes, you're right.
Our country is going to be even in the interior, all our men for our country is going to lose as though there is no more restriction. Why is violence happening to our country like this? So much children, they feel they kind of thing. People look at it and laughing. Yeah? Is that they're not rescued? I want to join the rescue mission extension for them to be rescued?
Well, maybe no job, so they're looking for a way to survive. Maybe no job. Thank you, my dear brother. 07702033125. Maybe no job too. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
It is just to me is coming out to the government. These things are happening right next to the Bureau of offices in Central Government. You go now, I tell you, go between Dancing and Jonathan Street. When the model car, see what look at them. I ran from the whole street there.
So I mean, the funny thing and the other thing, everything now you're looking at sports.
But the general administration we are comparing what the girl said before single boys. You see? But they are now interested to do these things and they have now carried it on social media. Yeah? It is now on social media. They're calling it or me or organization.
Me, I work on other things, but all right, it's okay. I don't want that needs. I don't want yet. But again, to the married woman, they say I'm gonna be careful. To this call up, good evening. Yeah, thank you, my dear brother, for joining us for Grand Bassa.
You know, maybe the show you're showing and laughing there, and me tell you about the show. This show, they put out care for the Liberian children. They get money, they tell the children abroad.
Exactly.
And they laugh at all poor children. Because they think they do it, they're happy on it. Because some of them, they in contact with the children. You see, they put score this country. The country went backward. The real look at Liberia that before you get to the face of Liberia now.
16 years old girl going to club. 16 years old.
16 years. From the 60 or from 65 to 70, you never see the point in the street. Unless your mother see you in the street to go and buy something. And the good thing you see, but now the children, those things happening, man, and the country going down.
My brother, that's in society though. Yeah, said now we don't know, but anyway, the country will get better. Than one of the callers said, Joseph Walker will develop the. Oh God, today's caller. Good evening. I'm okay, but yeah, but I thank God for life. Okay. You won't be door, be door, eh?
Yeah, why you want to door? You want to door? Yeah, no way. But don't begin your home. Don't be throwing you. Don't for you to turn back. So you already find that. When you get started, you'll get more to come from now to 2029. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. To Charles Cooper, Charlie, good evening.
Yeah, I listen to you, but you know, it is serious. It has been in Liberia ever since, but it's continuing to increase. It's increasing drastically on a daily basis. And there are two groups of girls, especially underage girls, who are into this thing. Those ones who see it as fashion and as a way of life or pleasure. They are one group. And there are another group who are into it for survival. Because some of the girls on the street, they want it from good homes. Their parents are working in government, private sector, they got money, but some of them, you know, some of the kids, they don't want to be on a discipline. They want to have material thing before their time. They want to get a bigger phone, a better air, so they don't want to be on a restriction. And your parent is focusing on your education, but you want to later phone and so forth. So you take it to be pleasure and fashion, so you get on the street at your early age. Then there is a group like serious, this group is seriously confused, They are like, you know, there is something to call parentification, where the children are almost like taking the role of responsibility of parents, so they have to go and also on their own to feed themselves, to even pay their fee. So there's another group. So maybe it's just getting bad. And it's not ever since government officials see these things when you go to various clubs and things. You see 16, 15-year-old children, they are naked on the street, government officials passing, some of them even interacting with the kids and abusing them. And that's the kind of society they call them like sad chick and so on. You know, maybe people are all at the point of this thing. Maybe one time I did a tour. For me, I didn't go to club. But I decided that one tour was there to go to Joshua area that you know, I whole lot of clubs there. Maybe I saw a girl, like I was around 15, 16 years, in the club that it's prohibited that children should not be in club. I went to the bartender, maybe I was angry. I saw a girl, almost 40, 50 years in the club. I get around 15, 16, I went to the partner. Imagine I got driving me maybe out there on 2 first. I told the woman, I said, why are you not just getting the gun here? We are a bumper. I said, young man, this here prohibited that thing I'm looking at it because I won't make money.
Thank you so much, my dear. But even the people say you don't even hold it because even the police, the security officer, they are also passing around after they don't see these things. Hello? 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 Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Good evening.
Thank you.
All right, my dear brother, today's caller, good evening. Yes, go ahead.
What's going on in this country now is they're telling the women who went through procedure to be a legal women. It is just telling them now, it is now.
They have to be more serious, though. Yeah. Yes, I said, go ahead. I said they have to be more serious.
Yeah. They have to not protect their men. Not even to, because the virus, these women, they are spreading virus. They are Lucifer agents. They are on the ground page to spread the virus. So we men have to be very mindful. Lucifer is on the rampage to spread the virus that they are going to pollute our mind. So we men, we have to be mindful. We shouldn't just take it for fun. It is not for fun. It is not time for us to be mindful. The war is coming to an end. If you see the kind of idiots on the social media telling now, book your space and do this.
I said, I will give you two and half for discount.
Yes, the war is coming to an end. So it's time for we men to also be mindful.
All right.
Virus, it is the media using that to share the virus around. All we need to see, they tell you, people they are possessed about they are environment terror. They want to spread on that because don't know how human being mind can do the kind of thing they are doing.
All right. Thank you, my dear. But let me tell you, there is Samuel that cross over to our team of panelists who can go home for the day. There is Samuel. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you for taking my phone.
All right. All right, my brother, I don't want to go that way. We don't want to police everything, but at the end of the day, for me, all I can say, like one of the caller said before I cross over to the team, that to our mothers, our sisters out there who have your home, you can be very, very serious. You got to pay more attention because these things are virus in the short term way the way they got selling. A virus that want to eat up most of you who maybe that don't care. They may have seen the goods already on the internet. You know, you're paying for the goods. Maybe the mail get discount when you get to. Why you there? You wasting time, you beating on him, you acting like in fact you are the so say one so say oh, and there that may be gone. But again, are you Monk and Mr. Tissue? We're back after listening to our people.
Mr. Tissue, are you there?
Yeah, I'm gonna yield my time to Mr. Tissue because he came late, so at least he can cover the remaining time.
Yeah, yeah, Monk, I think you did a good show tonight. Listening while I was doing this small work, and I think you'll cover everything. But I just wanted to stress that what we say here on SKTV, it will always be another far in the not too far distant future. I talked about the problem that Unity Party gonna have with Tama Farah. When Tama Farah came up with this particular group, and notification came from Francis Nimawe, what he just said, talking about the man should turn his thing into a party. I told you that rivalry between the two people will continue, you know, and Unity Party are already prepared to carry Francis Nimale. And Thomas Farah believed that his group could handle that particular thing. Right now, Nibo have more power than Unity Party because the collection of what Thomas Farah had done, he had gotten all the big boys, the ones in the higher up boys in both the houses, and all the Lofians around that got money that in top position. He got them in his pocket right now, and all of them moving up. So it's going to be a serious problem for the UP later on. We're going to hear plenty of yo-yo later on. Now, for the little kids that we saw on this particular thing, when I first put the tip out to SKTV this morning, when I heard that they get talking about Small Hole, that is the name of the company, Small Hole. You know, I didn't know what Mayborn didn't get that particular tip. And I was confused. So when I listened to it and she started advertising their business, I said to myself, we have been talking to it for quite a while that Liberia is a failed state and everything is broken down. Even down to our society have been broken out. So we're at a verge of being pointed out because these things are going to be pointed out by other people, other news organizations outside of Liberia, going to pick these things out and they're going to grade us again. So the MCC score that we're fighting for and the people in Liberia that are supposed to be taking care of these things not doing their job, these things going to go against us. So that's what I have to say for tonight. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Aliu, that Monjo care home for the day, but Ali, go ahead. Aliu, you are meeting. I say we gotta go. Or if you busy, then Mark, then you just conclude so you can go because I think Aliu is a little bit busy. Mark. All right. So more to us. So so to all of you, our followers, our supporters, and other our listeners, especially Liberians. Let me be frank. This kind of information coming out, especially from the social aspect, for me, is worrisome because the women that we are seeing, for me, I don't want to say children because I don't know their ages. Because before somebody say, "Oh, I'm above 18," don't call me child. I'm not your child. And how they can respond? And one of the callers said, when you go out there, when you see the, yeah.
Oh, sorry, you. Oh, yeah. You know, I was on the call. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's good. But go ahead quickly.
Yeah, like Mr. Dishu said, and like we discussed here, you know, maybe this thing they are not good for our country. Prostitution is not legalized, or it is not good. people will say, oh yeah, because of hardship, no matter how things are hard in the country, we don't expect to see teenagers or children who supposed to be home helping their mothers, children who supposed to be in school. That's the future generation coming out to be on live camera doing such a thing. I think this is something, this kind of video, where people see it, people who get connection with some of those government officials, you had to tag them in there, you had to share it with them, the gender ministry. They had to locate these children, because these are children that when you get them in the community, it's almost like when you get just dealer in your community, they will spoil your children. So if you get small children like that doing this kind of thing, and you get your girl child in the community, they will start to encourage them. You see, they will influence them, they will indoctrinate them into such a thing. This is not good. Like that other video about Opie Mommy, how she want to do me bene. Anybody you get your brother, how she want they might do this to her, they might do that to her. You can't get those kind of mature grown-up women in the name of content creating to be making those kind of video and people seeing them. It's not good. You see, this is not good. Like in this country, maybe Liberia, we get a long way to go. Yeah, when you are not 21 years of age, you can't even drink liquor. Nobody will sell it to you. You can't even go to club. No club you will go to, they will ask you where's your ID. Because while everything is on your ID or your date of birth, everything, when they know you pass 21, you can enter that club. You see, nobody but Liberia today, when we go back home, you people are there, you see children at the ages of 10 years, 15 years, 16 years. And it is not to say the government can control this thing. The government had the power to control this thing, to stop teenagers from going to nightclubs and things. You see, looking at this kind of children, this is why some of our sisters, some of our mothers, they will be like, I want boy child at 40 years guarantee. I want my girl child. The moment the child reach 15 years, 14 years, they see taking their chest. That child, oh mama, I come you. They even say, see the child with money, they get her to ask where you took it from, who gave it to you. Because they say boy child at 40-year guarantee, when you get child, soon she's 16, 17 years, she start doing maybe or responsibility move on you. Our mothers, our sisters, our wives, just need to stop that way of thinking. Your children are your future tomorrow. And you will say because of hardship, you will allow your 15-year, 16-year-old daughter to get into mere business, because you will not be buying honor clothes for her, you will not be buying cream and tea for her. You are destroying your child's future. At the end of the day, tomorrow, you get nothing to benefit. This is not good.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brother Aliu. So that's it. You just knew everything. We have to make sure that the society is better. That's why we are here. Even though some of them now that are listening or watching, they may not feel happy because they want, they want to live the life. But again, there are a lot of things happening. Most of them, maybe sometimes they haven't taken any, maybe a little walk into some of the hospitals to see exactly what happening there. Go to the hospitals and see exactly how some of their friends who were into some of these things secretly, how they are sick, even some of them, their life, how terrible their life is, and so forth. So everything that we are saying here today is for the protection of our women. Nobody here against women being so good. When women are up there, when women are doing well, we will all appreciate and we will all be grateful. So for the children who are now recruiting, like Ali said, and they are on a serious recruitment. Whether you like it or not, they will recruit. And they will recruit a lot of young girls, young women, even if some of them will not show their faces, they will give their numbers. We have radio show now.
And Jackie, you say whether the men they can't think. Yes, you know they have some men, they don't have self-esteem, you know. Yes, even sometimes women dresses, they get in the street that you see some men there, the moment you pass by them, they will be the wow. Even where they were going, they are not distracted. Then they start to find another route to pass around just to come and ask you for your number and thing. Because why? The way you carry yourself, the way you dress, they say, oh, a lady behind the person, this and that. That's the same thing. When you see those kind of children over there, you will see some men there that they are trying to find them. You see, this thing, they are not good. You see, there are some men, they don't hold themselves. You see, looking at those, there are men that can born the children, then they will be after them. You see?
So to what of our sister saying or saying about you, it's very, very easy. Let me be frank. There are a lot of men out there to also say Jackie that are also stressed up. There are a lot of men out there also that already some of them they're not able to even to go tell a woman or maybe they're not able they don't know the kind of thing. So the only thing that they will do, okay, I like the little girl. Okay, she said $10. Let me call her now. They don't care. I think saying Jackie is far. How many men think better? How many men care about? Oh yeah, let me go up there maybe to the other to the other
They don't want to go. They don't want to apply with more hair. They don't want to get with more full money. So when they see this kind of case, then they will say, okay, but then no problem. Is I'm going to tell somebody I need to braid their hair. I need to do this. I need to do that. Yes. So they think the government had to crack down on those kind of little girls, and then they see what they can do to take them off the street.
Most of our African men say Jackie, especially Liberian men, they like the young children. They like the young women. They don't let no other women like maybe that in their 30s here. They don't have time for the kind of women. They want the younger one. That they want them that they can spend money behind.
Yeah, because they want them. They don't even know anything. All they know, they might get food to eat. You see, they might get food to eat. With a mature woman that you know you need to pay your house rent, you get other things to do, you need things for yourself, you will come and say, oh yeah, I'm here for $10, this and that. It almost like again. Some of our sisters, they go to nightclub, you carry their whole night for $20. You see, these things they are not good. And this is why the children learning from the children learning from some of them in the community. You see?
And to that, Brother Ali, also in passing, also some of the things too, it will also help some of our sisters too, who think that maybe that they can abuse men anytime that they want to, or they can just take men like that they are nobody. So some of you women now who are watching and listening to these things, it's now time that you have to put your feet down. The 2 minute divorcing some of you into every little thing that happen in your home, you're not able to even settle it. You want to leave, you want to do this, you want to do that. Yeah. It's troubling. It's serious, my brother. Because
I don't know why these days the divorce cases are just more and more. And I stand to be corrected. When most of it come from our sisters, our mothers, our wife, they always they put it in for divorce. I think I stand to be corrected. We be putting for divorce more than men. I don't know. The divorce cases are just so many. It hard for you. This time people get married after 2-3 years when you ask, they say, oh, they had divorce. Why? I don't know. They are not ready or why. No. Maybe you are muted.
Oh, okay. Yes. So sometimes this thing happen. Sometimes this thing happen. The reason.
Maybe you are muted.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So sometimes this thing happen, but I think because most of our mothers, our sisters, they don't want to take, or in fact, they don't want to be submissive. These are some of the reasons why there's so many who falling apart today. Now, if you say that you want to leave the men because of cheating, because most of you women are most of them, these are kind of things. They cheat. You are cheater, you are this and that. What's the time? Now, let me asking most of them that can even cause some of our relationship tips or maybe advances. You were not virgin when you and the man met. The man met you, sometimes maybe with 1 or 2 children. The man met you, maybe you are already grown woman. You and the man met. What make you think in your head that man will remain, or maybe that you will live until the two of you die? No. So don't trust him up 100% to tell them that you want them to be faithful to you 100%, or maybe you want to control them. No. So most of our women, but let me tell you today, they just want to control men. I know you the man, you feel to be controlled, my brother. That trouble coming. That's it. During those days, I think it's very serious. During those days, our mothers by them, they used to be controlled by our fathers. Anything they say, anything our fathers say to them, they play that listening role and they take it in. But now and then, the women want us now to listen to them. We should play the listening role and they should talk. So that's the thing. If you don't want to do that, I mean, you arrogant man, you want to control them. In fact, they are educated. They have their professional. They have their job. They have this. They have that. So most of them want to follow about my brother. It's all about just the common things that can be resolved, common things that can be handled, cheating business, maybe calling, who texts you, who call you, who this person, that's all, nothing else. And this thing can be solved, but we're not the way reaching where the young children are coming out now doing advertisement on the internet. Some of the children, maybe even if you check they are even having any child or maybe children. But see that you were talking about some of them, in fact, you just start to even describe them. We don't want to be going this way, but sometimes you are proud as a woman. You are proud to remain on you. If you go into the Bible or Aliu, the Bible said, let the man enjoy your breast. Let the man enjoy this thing. No, the Bible is social. But because the pastor, they can't teach the other side, they can't teach the other one. But is that your husband supposed to enjoy you when you are young? That's a fact. They must want to enjoy you when you are young. How will you want to come from elsewhere, someone else really enjoying you, then you can't get married? It's wrong. But again, that's a society. That's the kind of life that we're already into. So we are all managing. So when we are managing, don't be too smart. And these are mistakes that we can be making. I know all of us that we are managing. Don't be too smart. Because by right, I want to enjoy you the days of my youth. That's what the Bible said. Enjoy the wife the days of your youth. So I want to enjoy you as my wife. Because the reason there is when the woman is young, that's the time a man enjoy up to her old age. When you no, nothing there again, my brother.
The problem, this is why I always say we the parents, we take greater responsibility of what our children do. You see, we had to be very careful what we do in front of our children. More especially like some of our sisters, mothers, and daughters, like we the men, like for example, now if I was single, okay, maybe I'm a man that divorced and then I have my children in the house with me. Every night and then they see me coming in with different women and things. What am I teaching them? You see, some of our mothers, when they get divorced, some of our sisters and things, they don't want to hold on to themselves. They go on bringing multiple men in the home. All of these things, they are not good for the children. Like Samuel, during those days, Samuel, you see, our mothers, they were there 15 years, 16 years, 17 years. They gave them to men and they had some also they. During those days, there was nothing like human right, this and that, women right, all of these things. People did this thing based on tradition and culture. You look at Aliyu Masari, say, oh, that man, he's a responsible man, he for a good family or respected family. And at that time, people want to give their children to men or to a family or good family. They look at your family background. Okay, yeah, my daughter 15 years Mayborn one her. Okay, I can give her to Mayborn because I know the kind of family Mayborn coming from my daughter will not be ill-treated. And that's how some of our mothers were into early marriages during those days. You see, but today we don't expect to see this thing happening because we have human rights, child rights, women rights. You see, but this is how some of our mothers, they were 15 years, 16 years, and they gave birth to some of us. You see, because the people were all about tradition and culture during those days. And looking at their family line, even like in Guinea, this thing, they are still happening there. They look at your family. Nobody want to give a child to a boy that will be coming from an aggressive and abusive family. Definitely your daughter will be abused on so many occasions. So they look at the kind of family you're from. But again, this thing we don't need to be seen there in our country. Liberia is like everybody say it was built on Christian principle, this and that. I don't know much about that. But today, like this gone time, what happened to read it? You saw the gender ministry speaking out. You saw the Liberia National Police going after those guys. You saw the Senate protest speaking out. So, looking at this kind of video now, what are they going to do to those girls? They will see it, they allow they pass by it. But if somebody go down, maybe grab some of those children, then God forbid, do something to them, rape them, whatsoever, then they will say, oh, you shouldn't have done that, you shouldn't have done that. But those children, they had to be protected. You see, our girls' children coming out, they need more protection, like by our boys' children. See, those other children that have been sodomized in the country there today, you can't hear nothing from the Muslim, the Christian community, all of these people. But if they say, oh, girl child was raped, this and that, you will see them, they will come on high. Why you only want to protect girls, women, you don't want to protect boys and men? Why?
Well, that's it, my dear brother. We gotta go. Thanks to all of our viewers. Say Jackie, thank you so much for everything. I know you saying I know. Well, what I'm saying, say Jackie, that for example, you have a 20 years old boys, or maybe a boy child, or maybe men, or 25 years old men. When you want your 25 years old boy or man to go and marry to 40 years old woman, no, no. Well, even I will, even I will tell you no. So a 25 years old boy or man should be able to marry to at least maybe 20 years old girl, a woman. For me, that would be good. But you can't go up to 40 years old woman to go be
I
wife.
think you should be like 3 to 5 years older than your woman.
Thank you.
That's a good age range, 3 to 5 years. But you can get a woman that you older than her 10 years, 15 years. Oh.
Thank you. So I'm saying, say Jackie, what we're saying is, say Jackie, if for both the men and the other woman, let me tell you, every generation or every man or maybe every how do you call, they have their own time. Like the children are born, for example, 2000, they have their own generation. Those 2000 children, some of them they already have their own women that already grew more than the men, or maybe the men already grew. That how the life look, the stages. So if your generation, or maybe if your time and your people and you, and you're not get married within that time,
You
and
know,
you
maybe
make
we
the
the men, we really need to hold ourselves. We need to hold. Like, for example, for me now, I get a 27-year-old child. I get 23. I get 21. And even if I was not married, I don't even say mess around anybody now in the age of 35, 18. No, I don't do that, because I will just be considering you like my children, their age reach there. But we get men there who are 40 years old and they still going down to 25 years old girls. That's just disgusting to me. I don't know, but that's everybody have their own feeling. Yes.
no, Ali, that have been a tradition. That have been like that from the ages, even for the Bible day, for the old day. That how you just look. Men will always want to come down to the Lord or to find the younger women. That how you always look. Because the reason there is, I feel there's something biologically, or maybe something that they just, or maybe say Jackie, that they have to tell us what the reason. Because it's just normal. Maybe only in the Western world, or maybe they don't really see these things like that now and then, but from all indications.
Yes, Jackie, no matter woman, no matter her age, she have value. A woman can even say be 40 years, she can even say be 50 years. Yes, she still have value. And this is why we always want them to protect themselves. You should know how you carry yourself, because why, if you don't carry yourself in the right way, tomorrow your value will go away, and then you become, I don't know how to call it, you will just see yourself like, it's almost like in some cases, some of our sisters that they can settle for anything. They don't even say one or mate, but because the way they carry themselves, they have lost their value. So they will be like, even though you get 3 women, no problem, I can be your 4th wife. Even though you get 2, I can be your 3rd wife. And some of them, they will be like, okay, me, I even say marry you again, because why, the way they carry themselves, they lost their value. No matter your age, you still have value. But the way you carry yourself, sometimes yourself, you will know that you lost value. You will settle for anything that you know that you never wanted to settle for it, but the way you carry yourself, who the men will value you now. So it's very much important. We say this most of the time, because the women, they are always the victim in some of these things. Yes, even though we the men, yes, but we don't really feel it as compared to the women. That's all. But it was a nice show. See you guys tomorrow, man.
Association, we now recruit new members.
You
we
neighbor,
recruiting.
Maya will not go
We
do
get
my
it all in
hustle.
here.
I go
So
do
like
my
it.
hustle.
When
Thanks
you're
to
all
you,
because it's
Jay.
money
Thanks
here.
to
We
Jackie.
get it,
Thanks
money
to
here.
all our listening audience and followers. See you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Have a good night at your end. If it is morning time, good morning to your end.
Y'all trying to lie, guys. Yeah, bitch in a mise, na. Yeah, mise na super. Yeah, bitch in a mise. So We recruiting new members, but the other member that I get, we want for them to order the goods to get 2 more members. Yes, I either put your other quick. There you go. All the other goods that order here, that ban 2 more goods here. You're putting your order. You have to work with, we not get much time. You have to work with, you're putting your order. See, that's my baby. Oh, no, I don't listen. If you have me going, you have me going. Point your order. 2 more goods here, Philip. 2 more goods here, Philip. Point your order. We get 2 goods here. Sure, Philip. We get 2 more goods here. Point your order. Point your order. We're not joking. We're recruiting new members. So the 2 goods here, I want shepherd. Don't put in your order. Transfer.
No, the person is telling you. The person is telling you.
Transfer or cash? Transfer or cash? 2 more goods here. We're not making phone. I tell you, I said we'll be doing this. We'll be doing giveaway. Yes. So the 2 more other you're putting your don't make it go. We won't waste time.
We waste time. So I'm the grace of your job. Who is the grace that I told? God bless you. God bless you too, Matthew. God bless you too. Your section, let the goose go. Your section, let the goose go. Move left, section. So small one, you're making up with your other. Section, let the order the goose, let the goose in the go. When your order, you see that 4 packaging, we're not joking. 4 packaging, we're not joking. Point your order. I want for that goose. So you can't tell me, say, oh, manager, I was one of that goose. Point your order. Show it the breast. Show it the breast. 4 packaging. You see that? You see that? Like right that bag. You careful.
It's a bag. You have to let it quick. You have to let me shop their goods. Transfer them. No matter what are coming. See what ASS 49552 send the money transfer to where you call all we can do delivery. I will share the goods so you can do delivery. Bring your order because the manager says sex. We're not joking. We're not doing that thing.
How much for delivery? I think how much for delivery?
Today I feel some money. I checked in that with the goods. Then the eating fee you will do transfer. Yes, I ate it.
Can I see some small? Where you want to see small?
That's what the goods say. They say you want to see small.
Then you see the goods say you see small. Yeah, but you don't know.
For all the people, send me your phone number.
You must see your phone number. The mobile money number. Who send phone number?
The mobile money number that you sending. Mobile money number. Thank you. That is there.
We send phone number. Send mobile money number. You send a screenshot. Period.
When you do a transfer, you do that.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Calling out people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end of payment from them. So welcome alive with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chérie, tu n'as qu'à assez ma gamme. And you say no money, et moi yo. And you love me, moi
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the local and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and a sadia ya too many, and a quantity ya too many, and a quadruple ya too many, another forget now ya too many. SKTV, another forget now. Toss you work on my ya too many. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather local and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best to work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, Sano to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.